Good morning, good afternoon, I guess now, baseball fans from Bill Gray Legion Stadium at Champion Car Wash Field in Roseburg, Oregon. This is the American Legion State Baseball Tournament, the Oregon 3A State Tournament on 541radio.com, presented by the Cow Creek Tribe. I'm Dan Bain, and welcome to the state tournament action here. We've got a game already played today, and we're just about ready for the second one to get started here. And today's second game will feature the Salem Withnell Dodgers, the champions of the Area 3, with a 17-16 record, taking on Eugene Overhead Door Challengers out of the North Eugene High School, their home base, coached by Kenny Niles, and coming in with a record of 41-11 for the season. This game, first round game, although Eugene had to play a game yesterday to get to this point, the winner of this tournament advances to go on to the regional tournament starting next weekend in Gillette, Wyoming, on August 3rd through the 8th for the right to go on to the American Legion World Series in Shelby, North Carolina. I'm Dan Bain calling the action this afternoon, and we'll take a look now at the two teams battling here in the first day of the tournament and a rundown of how they got here. The Eugene Challengers, post number 83, out of Eugene, coached by Kenny Niles, finished second in the Area 4 standings, one game behind league champion Medford. The Mustangs, the six-time defending state champions, were 11-5 in the league, and the Challengers just a game behind at 10-6, 41-11 overall. Roseburg was third in that league, the host team, and Roseburg has already won a game here in the first round of the tournament, beating Springfield in the first game this morning. Doc Stewart's, by the way, were 2 outs away from throwing the standings into a three-way tie for first place, and the Docs would have had the tiebreaker against both of those teams. But Medford came back from a 4-run deficit to win in the bottom of the 7th of the first game of their doubleheader, and then won the second game as well. So that allowed Eugene to go into the playoffs as the number 2 seed, and the Challengers took care of the Mid-Coast Dungeys from Newport in the play-in game yesterday, winning 10-0 in 5 innings. Salem Withnell Dodgers, post number 136 in Salem, coached by Justin Hoffman. They are the champions of Area 3 with a 9-3 record. The Dodgers are the only team left from Area 3 to make the Final 8 as the automatic entry after the Kaiser Crushers lost out to Beaverton in the play-in game 6-5 last night, and Newport was thumped by Eugene 10-0 in 6 innings, and Corvallis was eliminated by Sherwood 5-3. The Dodgers and the Challengers have met twice this season. They played a doubleheader a week ago in Eugene, and the Challengers won both ends of the non-league Twin Bills 6-3 and 8-2, and Salem comes in with a record of 17-16. We'll take a break, and we'll be back and look at our starting lineups. This is the Oregon Legion Baseball State Tournament on 541radio.com, presented by the Cow Creek Tribe.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Welcome back here to Bill Gray Stadium and Champion Car Wash Field, and the turf field at Roseburg's right in the middle of Stewart Park. lots of activity around here, and a beautiful day for baseball today here in Roseburg at 82 degrees. We're supposed to get up to around 97 before the day is over, so pretty comfortable out there right now as we get ready for this one to get underway. The Salem Withnell Dodgers and the Eugene Overhead Door Challengers. And the starting lineup, first for the visitors on the scoreboard today, the Salem Withnell Dodgers, coached by Justin Hoffman. They'll start off with Brandon Stinnett. Shortstop, leading off, Carson Van Kippen, the center fielder, will bat number 2. Chris Rogers will bat in the number 3 spot. He's the second baseman. Brandon Reed will hit cleanup. He is the catcher. Eli Lau at third base and batting number 5. Rylan Webster, the DH, will bat 6. Will Hassoun, the first baseman, hits 7. Tyler Minnie in left field and batting number 8. And Taylor Brenneman in right field batting number 9. And on the mound for the Dodgers will be Jack Muth.
Number 10, Carson Van Kippen.
To start this one off as the players get introduced here at Bill Gray Stadium in Champion Car Wash Field. And the Dodgers in their red tops and gray pants line up along the first baseline.
Number 7, Will Hassoun.
This broadcast coverage of the Oregon Legion Baseball State Tournament is presented by the Cow Creek Tribe. The broadcast being sponsored by Current Orthodontics. A healthy, attractive smile means confidence inside and out. Call Dr. Peterson at 541-672-5721. The starters for the Eugene Overhead Door Challengers. For the Challengers, Jack Frazier will lead off and play at third base. Caden Sando in right field batting second. Dane Woodcook, the catcher, will hit number 3. Dylan Carson at first base batting 4. Dylan Irwin will play at second base and hit number 5. Cooper Mullins is at shortstop and hit number 6. Jack Riley will bat 7th and play in left field. Callan Vreem, the DH, will hit number 8. And Jeff Squires, the center fielder, will hit in the number 9 spot. And Isaac Evenew will be on the mound for the Challengers in their second game of this tournament. Actually, the tournament officially, I guess, starts today, but they had to play a play-in game yesterday on this turf field and won that one over the Newport Dungeys 10-0 in 6 innings. So they got off to a pretty good start there and saved some pitchers because they had to only go 6 innings in that game with the 10-run rule. So the Challengers being introduced in their white pants with blue tops and white numbers against this beautiful green background of the artificial turf field here at Champion Car Wash Field, with the new scoreboard this year out in left field with the bright LED lights on it, easy to read for us old people that like to see that score out there. Eugene Overhead Door Challengers 41-11 coming into this game, and the Salem Withnell Dodgers at 17-16. And now doing the Code of Sportsmanship here as we get ready to get this second game of the day underway. This tournament, an 8-team tournament, and runs all the way through Wednesday before we crown a champion in this one. And again, Medford's a 6-time defending champion, and Medford, of course, back in it this year to try to defend that title. The games yesterday, it was Beaverton winning over Kaiser, beating the Crushers 6-5 to eliminate the Crushers, and Beaverton will play Medford tonight at 7 o'clock. Corvallis was eliminated by Sherwood 5-3, and Sherwood will play the Portland Barbers in the game right after this one at 4. And of course, Eugene beat Newport yesterday 10-0 in 6 innings, and playing Salem in this game. And Springfield eliminated Portland Eastside 2-0 in another play-in game yesterday to advance to play Roseburg, and Roseburg won that game this morning. Dr. Stewart's winning 7-2 in a brilliant pitching performance over 6 innings by Jay Stoffel.
Number 20, Callan Green.
who shut out Springfield for 6 innings before he came out of the game, and Jet Black came in to finish it up. So we have a winner already in this first round. Roseburg advancing, and will play in the 7 o'clock game tomorrow night against the winner of this game, Eugene or Salem. And the loser of this one drops into the loser's bracket for a game at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, which might be a pretty good time to play tomorrow because we're going to have some warm weather here. All right, the challengers out on the field doing their warm-up pitches and just about ready to get this one underway. The streaming of the broadcast brought to you in part by BTB Moving, providing labor services for your moving needs in Douglas County and around Oregon. Veteran-owned, affordable, dependable, efficient, and careful, with senior and veteran discounts available. Book now at 541-315-0122. 541-315-0122, or find them on Facebook at BTB Moving. Here we go with the first batter of the ball game, striding to the plate for the Salem Withnell Dodgers. It's Brandon Stinnett, the shortstop, starting it off, and he'll bat left-handed against the right-hander Isaac Avenue, and Avenue gets ahead on the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the leadoff batter, Brandon Stinnett. Avenue with hands in front of his face as he gets the sign. He throws, and a slider swung out and missed for strike 3. 1 away in the top of the first inning, and the first strikeout for Avenue.
Number 10, Carson Van
brings
Kempen.
up Carson Van Kempen, the center fielder. He'll bat from the right side, so right-hander against right-hander. Outfield swings around a little bit to the left. Here's the first pitch to him. Takes it on the inside corner for a strike 1 call. Chris Rogers, the second baseman, waiting on deck. Had a good crowd this morning for the Roseburg game here with the host team playing. A curve catch at the inside corner for strike 2. And a pretty nice crowd here for this second game, with a lot of folks coming down from Eugene as well as several from Salem today. That one goes outside with a breaking pitch. And it's a ball and 2 strikes to Carson Van Kempen. Nobody on, 1 away in the top of the first inning, no score. And here's the pitch, a fastball swung late out and missed for strike 3. And the first 2 hitters Avenue faces, he sets him down on strikes. Chris Rogers, the second baseman, will be the batter. Rogers also a right-handed hitter against a right-handed pitcher. Here's the pitch. It's on the outside corner at the letters for strike 1. So far, nobody's hit a fair ball against Isaac. He throws, and the fastball bounced by the mound just as I say it. Gets hit, but now he faces the cleanup hitter, Brandon Reed, the catcher, with a runner at first and 2 away. The first error of the tournament. I don't think there was 1 error in the game before this. Here's a long drive to left center field. After it is Squires. He'll get over there and run it down for out number 3, and that'll retire the side. Squires in center field making a nice running catch, and that'll retire Salem in the top of the first inning with no runs, no hits, 1 error, and 1 left on. And we go to the bottom of the first inning with a score 0-0. And this is Oregon Legion Baseball State Tournament on 541radio.com, presented by the Cow Creek Tribe.
11 pitches.
Years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Swimming season is finally here, but remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
We go to the bottom of the first inning with the Eugene Overhead Door Challengers coming to the plate with Jax Frazier, Caden Sandow, and Dane Woodcook to start it off against Jack Muth, right-hander for the Salem Withnell Dodgers. Muth is from Sprague High School and goes to work here to the top of the batting order for the Challengers. And the first pitch to Jax Frazier on the way, and he hits the ball to left field, hit pretty hard. Minnie, the left fielder, won't get it. It'll go all the way to the wall in left field. Down to second base goes Frazier, heads for third. Here comes a throw. They got a chance at him, and he slides under the tag safely. And it's a triple on the first pitch of the game. First pitch of the bottom of the first inning for Jax Frazier. So right off the bat, literally, the Challengers have a runner at third and nobody out. And they start off right where they left off yesterday. In 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 away. Muth throws and a foul tip off the catcher, ricochets clear over to the dugout on the first base side. It's an 0-1 count. It took 3 pitches by Muth to get a run across. He gave up a triple on the first pitch he threw. Curve is high and inside for a ball. Almost hit Woodcook. But it runs the count full to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Woodcook batting with 1 out. Nobody on in front of him. Here's the pitch. Bounces the ball to third. Big hop comes up for low and throw to first base in time. Eli Lau, I should say. Lau makes the play on it, and they're 2 away. Scored 5-3 on Woodcook for the putout. 2 outs and nobody on, and Dylan Carson, the first baseman, will be the batter.
Number 34,
Carson, big, tall, right-handed hitter. Steps in, holds that bat high over his head. Here comes a pitch to him. Over but low for ball 1. Hitting from the right side against the right-hander Jack Muth. 1-0 pitch. Over at the knees for a strike. Evens it up at 1-1. Dylan Carson, 2 for 4 in yesterday's win over Newport. They do hit the ball. There's a line shot by the third baseman, Lau, and into left field. And Carson got around on one and ripped it just out of the reach of Eli Lau at third.
The next batter, second baseman, number 10, Dylan Irwin.
The second hit for the Challengers, and it brings up Dylan Irwin with 2 away and a runner at first base. Irwin went 0 for 2 yesterday with 2 walks. Challengers on top early, 1-0 on 2 base hits and an error. There's the pitch. There's a shot to left field, and this one is going to be caught by the left fielder, Minnie. Looked like he started to back up to let it bounce in front of him, and then it carried, and he reached up and made the catch for the out. And that'll retire the side. A line drive to left field, but Irwin is the third out to retire the Challengers in the first with a run on 1 hit, make it 2 hits, an error, and 1 left on. And we will go to the top of the second inning with the score: the Challengers 1 and the Dodgers 0. This is the Oregon Legion Baseball State Tournament on 541radio.com, presented by the Cow Creek Tribe.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Hundreds of years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on Southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Eli Lau.
We are back at top of the second inning, and leading off for the Withnell Dodgers, it is Eli Lau, who hits a hard ground ball by the second baseman. Dylan Irwin diving for it and into center field for a base hit. And on the first pitch of the top of the second inning, the Dodgers get their leadoff man on. And that'll bring up Rylan Webster, the designated hitter. So Isaac Avenue gives up his first hit of the game. And the infield at the corners, guarding against a bunt. In close is Jax Frazier at third base. Webster does not square and takes it a little bit inside for a ball, 1-0. Wind picks up occasionally and blows straight in from center field, and it's kind of shifting around from left field to center field. And a little bit gusty at times. Sometimes with that high sun and the wind moving the ball around a little bit, it makes it tough to get under those pop flies. Another throw over to first base, the second one by Avenue. And that one was a little closer as Lau had to dive in under the tag. Avenue from the stretch. Checks first, two looks, now to the plate, high and inside for a ball. 2-0. Avenue had 11 pitches in the first inning, and that's his fourth of this inning. That's fouled over the top and might be a chance for it, but it goes in the dugout, and it'll be strike one. They keep a close watch on those pitches now. And when you get to the limit, it's time for a new pitcher. Rylan Webster, the designated hitter, 2-1 count to him. Withnell, Dodgers from Salem, down by one, trying to get back in it. Here's a swing and a miss on a high fastball, strike two. Avenue threw that one right by him. Eli Lau at first base, getting some pretty good leads over there. Inches off. Avenue from the stretch. Not too big a lead this time. Here's the pitch. Curveball high and inside, and that'll fill the count at 3-2. And now we might see Lau taking off. With nobody out and a 3-2 count on the hitter, Rylan Webster, the DH for the Dodgers. 3-2 pitch. Avenue, long look at first. There goes the runner, and the pitch is blooped towards center field. It'll be in for a base hit. And the runner, Lau, started to turn around and go back to first, and then a second look. He thought that might fall in, so he waited, and it did fall in between the center fielder, the shortstop, and the second baseman. And 2 hits in a row for the Dodgers. And they've got a little rally going here with Will Hassoun, the first baseman, up there. Now we might see a sacrifice bunt with nobody out. Hassoun from the right side against the right-hander Avenue. Avenue looks down at second. Short lead. Squares to bunt. Bunts it out in front of the plate. And he'll have one play to first base, and the throw there is in time to the second baseman, Irwin, covering. So Avenue makes the play on it. The ball gets bunted right back to him, so the sacrifice works, and that puts runners at second and third.
The next batter, number 3, the left fielder, Tyler.
One
Minnie.
away, and it brings up Tyler Minnie, the left fielder. So the Dodgers with a chance to tie or take the lead on a base hit. Runners at second and third and one away. And Minnie steps in from the right side. Eli Lau taking his lead in foul territory down the third base line. The pitch is outside for a ball, 1-0. Number 9 hitter Taylor Brenneman, the right fielder, up next. Avenue throws. That's on the outside corner for a strike. That is a really good location right there. A tough one to hit. And Minnie let that one go by. That's one, if you do hit it, you're probably going to hit it on the end of the bat. 1-1 count. Here's the stretch, the pitch. Right there again, same spot, strike 2. First baseman Dylan Carson and third baseman Jack Frazier were playing in close. Now they move back just a little bit with a 2-strike count. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Minnie. Here's the pitch to him, swings and misses, strike 3. And the third strikeout for Avenue. Now 2 away in the inning, and it brings up the number 9 hitter, Taylor Brenneman. And now Avenue, who was in deep trouble with runners at second and third and 1 out, now can get out of this jam with no damage if he can get the number 9 hitter out of there. Avenue will work out of the stretch. So I guess everybody does all the time anymore. Here's the pitch. That's hit off the turf to the second baseman. The throw to first base, and a stretch by Dylan Carson to pull it down. And the out is made at first, so Brenneman is out 4-3 to retire the side. And Avenue escapes a pretty serious threat in the second inning with no runs. There were 2 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left on. And we go to the bottom of the second inning with the score still the Challengers 1 and the Dodgers 0. This is the Oregon Legion Baseball Tournament on 541radio.com, presented by the Cow Creek Tribe.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Hundreds of years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua Tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
We come back here to the bottom of the second inning, and the first pitch by Cooper Mullins is lined into right field, and the right fielder Taylor Brenneman tries to throw him out at first base, and what he did was cause a collision between the first baseman Will Hassoun and the runner Cooper Mullins, but Mullins is safe at first, and it'll be a base hit. He was going to make it pretty close there, but Mullins had it beat out. And so the Challengers get the leadoff man on, and here's Jack Riley. And the first pitch to Riley squares to bunt, takes it inside for ball 1. So a runner on to start the inning for the Challengers, and again it was the first pitch that is lined into right field for the base hit. And very close at third, Eli Lau. Here's the pitch. Little bit inside, and the umpire takes a long look at it and decides, nope, that's not quite a strike. So it's 2-0 to Riley. He went 0 for 3 in the win yesterday against Newport. We're in the bottom of the second inning. Challengers from Eugene lead it 1-0 with a run in the first inning. Left-handed hitting Jack Riley takes the pitch on the inside corner for a strike, 2-1. Didn't square that time. But the third baseman, Eli Lau, still in on the green portion of the turf. Out of the stretch, Muth throws, bunted back toward the mound. Muth picks it up, throws to first base for the out, and the sacrifice works. Down to second goes Cooper Mullins. So score that one 1-3 for out number one, and that brings up Callan Vreem, the designated hitter, batting in place of the pitcher Isaac Avenue. Vreem will stand in from the right side of the plate, number 8 hitter in the lineup, with a runner at second in front of him and a chance to increase the Challengers' lead. Muth with the stretch and the pitch, grounds it toward third. Oh, great stop by Lau. Throw to first base and got him. What a play by Eli Lau at third. Diving stop. He got up and had plenty of time to throw to first for the out, and there are 2 away. So score at 5-3 for out number 2. And the runner had to hold at second base. So Mullins still at second, and Jeff Squires, the number 9 hitter, will be the batter, up for his first time in the game. Bottom of the second, Challengers lead 1-0 in this first round game at the AAA Oregon State Tournament. Swing and a miss for strike one. And Muth threw the fastball right by him. 2 outs, and Mullins at second base for Eugene. 1 strike pitch on the way. That's over at the knees, strike 2. 0-2, and Muth with a chance to get out of this with no damage after giving up the leadoff single to Mullins. 2 strike pitch. He throws, and it's fouled straight back. Count stays at 0-2. They've got that pitch count on the scoreboard, but they had to kind of figure out how to use it and teach people what to put up there and what not to put up there. This is called strike 3, and Squires goes down looking at a slow curve on the outside corner, and that'll retire the side after the leadoff single by Mullins. No damage after that. The Challengers go down with no runs, a hit, no errors, and 1 left on. And we go to the top of the third inning, and this game scheduled for 7 in the first round of the AAA State Tournament. It's the Challengers 1 and the Dodgers nothing. This is the Oregon Legion Baseball State Tournament on 541radio.com, presented by the Cow Creek Tribe.
Josh Nelson from Off the Wall on The Score. When I'm not in the Score Sports Closet, I own and operate BTV Moving here in Roseburg. We are a labor-only company offering services such as packing, unpacking, loading, unloading, piano moving, cleaning services, and 24-hour emergency services. We pride ourselves on being an affordable, veteran-owned company. Contact us at 541-315-0122 for all your moving needs. That's BTV Moving, 541-315-0122.
Number 4, Brendan Stinnett.
We go to the top of the third inning with the Eugene Challengers leading 1-0, and the Salem Dodgers send up the top of the batting order with Brandon Stinnett to lead it off. And the first pitch to him is a breaking pitch right down the middle, strike 1. 0-1 count to him. Isaac Avenue throws, and it's bounced to shortstop. Scooped up by Cooper Mullins, and the throw to first baseman Dylan Carson right on the money for out number 1. Score at 6-3 for the first out of the third inning.
The next batter, number 10, Carson Van Kempen.
That will bring up Carson Van Kempen, the center fielder who struck out his first time up. Bouncing ball to third, picked up, and the throw to first is in time for the out. Jax Frazier making the play. And Carson Van Kempen is out 5-3, so a couple of ground outs. And there are 2 outs and nobody on. And Isaac Avenue can make this a pretty quick inning if he can get Chris Rogers, the second baseman, batting for his second time. He was safe on an error in the first inning. Avenue throws, and it's fouled back to the screen for strike 1. Boy, you get those ground balls early in the count, and you can save a whole lot of pitches when you're worried about that pitch count. Isaac Avenue fires, breaking pitch swung at and missed, and it hit the plate and bounced way over toward the third base dugout. It's an 0-2 count, and Avenue really put some snap on that one. Rogers couldn't hold up. Here he takes that pitch low and away. Almost got him to go for that one, but Rogers held up in time, and it's 1-2. Two outs, nobody on. Top of the third, Challengers leading it 1-0. 1 run, 3 hits, and an error. The Dodgers, no runs, 2 hits, and no errors. Breaking pitch on the outside corner, called strike 3, and it is a quick inning for Isaac Avenue. He gets his 4th strikeout, and for the Dodgers in the third, no runs, no hits, no errors, and none left. And we go to the bottom of the third with the Challengers still leading it 1-0 over the Salem Withnell Dodgers. And this is the Oregon Legion Baseball State Tournament on 541radio.com, presented by the Cow Creek Tribe.
And the pitcher's at 31.
Of years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Swimming season is finally here, but remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
Jax Frazier leads off the bottom of the third for the Eugene overhead door Challengers, and the first pitch to him hits him on the fist. And the catcher telling the umpire he didn't try to get out of the way at all. And meanwhile, Frazier speeds down to first base. And the coach on his way out to talk to his pitcher. So there's always a little controversy over that, whether that pitch is over the plate and he gets hit because his hands are out over the plate, or what it is. But I've seen a lot of hit batters this year, and as long as it's not a strike and you get hit, they're pretty much giving you that first base. Now the umpire going to come out to the mound and break up the meeting out there, and everybody heads back to their position. Catcher Brandon Reed kind of shaking his head like he's not real happy with that call, and it didn't look like it was very much inside, but it just nicked the hand of the batter. And Frazier is on at first base, hit by pitch. So that brings up Caden Sandow. Sandow will bat left-handed, and once again, for the third time in a row, the Challengers have their leadoff man on. He couldn't do anything with it in the second inning, Cooper Mullins was stranded at second. But a runner at first and nobody out. And the pitch is swing and a foul tip for strike one. Popped out of the glove of Brandon Reed, the catcher. And the count 0-1 to Sandow. The right fielder had a sacrifice fly in the first inning, and that scored the only run of the game so far. Throw over to first, a pretty close play over there as Frazier dives back in under the tag. Frazier scored the only run of the game when he tripled to start the first inning. Another throw to first and another dive in under the tag. Jack Muth really keeping an eye on him. Frazier a threat to go. Gets a big lead this time. Here's the pitch. Hit to deep right field. Back goes Brenneman. The right fielder still moving back, and he will get there deep in right field. And now throw back to first base is a little offline, or they might have had him on the double play. But the right fielder, Brenneman, gets back near the warning track, and it was high enough he was able to get underneath it for the out. And with the wind kind of blowing that direction right now, that was getting pretty close to the fence. So one away, and Frazier back to first, and Dane Woodcook, the catcher, is the batter. Grounded at third base his first time up. Hitting right-handed. Frazier off at first, and the pitch is low and outside for ball one. Woodcook went 1 for 3 in the Challengers' win yesterday and was hit by a pitch. Muth looks at first, short lead this time, and there's another high fly to right field. Brenneman goes back again, still going back, almost the exact same spot. He makes the catch again and fires it back in, and he was about 2 steps away from the warning track again. So 2 long fly balls to right field, and there are 2 away, and Frazier has to scramble back to first base. Now Dylan Carson, the first baseman, will be the batter. He had a base hit to left field his first time up. Hitting from the right side of the plate. Muth with the pitch to him, grounds it hard to third, backhanded by Lau, and the throw across is high but pulled down by the first baseman Hassoun, and it's 1-2-3 after the leadoff hit batter. Carson is out 5-3 for the third out, and for the Challengers in the bottom of the third, no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on, and we go to the 4th inning with the score still the Challengers 1 and the Dodgers nothing. This is the Oregon Legion Baseball State Tournament on 541radio.com, presented by the Cow Creek Tribe.
Josh Nelson from Off the Wall on the Score. When I'm not in the Score Sports Closet, I own and operate BTV Moving here in Roseburg. We are a labor-only company offering services such as packing, unpacking, loading, unloading, piano moving, cleaning services, and 24-hour emergency services. We pride ourselves on being an affordable, veteran-owned company. Contact us at 541-315-0122 for all your moving needs. That's BTV Moving, 541-315-0122.
The Salem Withnell Dodgers will come to the plate in the top of the 4th inning with Brandon Reed, the catcher, Eli Lau, the third baseman, and Rylan Webster, the designated hitter. 4, 5, and 6 in the order for the Dodgers. And leading it off, Brandon Reed, in the first pitch from Isaac Withnell as Isaac winds and throws. And it's outside for ball one. A fastball misses away. 1-0. Here's the wind, the pitch on the way, and it's inside, ball 2-0. After 3 innings, Avenue has thrown just 31 pitches, so he's got that count down pretty low. But he misses high and away with that one, ball 3. It's always a danger to walk that leadoff guy. How many times does that walk come around and score? And there's a strike call on the outside corner, 3-1. Reed flied to center field, his first time up in the first inning. 3-1 pitch to him. And he fouls it off into the third base stands. And it hit about 3 feet away from a little guy, and he picks it up and says, wow, that could have hit me. That's why you always want to be awake when you're in the stands and in range. There's a called strike 3 on the outside corner, and Brandon Reed is called out on a beauty of a breaking pitch. And that's the 5th strikeout for Avenue.
The next batter, number 13, Eli Lau.
Brings up Eli Lau, the third baseman. Avenue has given up just 2 hits in the game and struck out 5. No walks. Here's his pitch. Tried to hold up. Went around on a breaking pitch that was in the turf and outside and couldn't hold up on it, and it's strike 1. 2 more games coming up today. Sherwood against the Hillsboro Barbers, and at 7 o'clock tonight, Beaverton and Medford. Medford, the 6-time defending champion. There's a curve that breaks right in for strike 2. 0-2 to Lau. He singled in the second inning and was stranded at third base. Pitches a ball to him, and it's 1-2. And the pitch fouls it over the first base side and out of the park. And the count will stay at a ball and 2 strikes. One-two pitch. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Fastball on the outside corner again, and that's 6 strikeouts for Avenue.
Designated hitter, Ryland Webster.
And 3 in a row, as a matter of fact. He struck out Chris Rogers to end the third inning, and now has struck out Brandon Reed and Eli Lau, and that brings up Ryland Webster. Webster batting right-handed, had a base hit his first time up. There's a wind in the pitch to him. Bounces it down the third baseline and just foul for strike 1. The Dodgers with no runs on 2 hits. Had runners at second and third in the second inning, but couldn't get anybody across. Here's the pitch. Breaking pitch stays high and away for a ball. Evens the count at 1-1 with 2 outs and nobody on. Will Hassoun, the first baseman, waiting on deck. Here's the pitch. Tried to hold up and went around. Strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes, and Avenue a strike away from striking out the side. He fires, and the breaking pitch is called strike 3, and I don't think Webster liked that call. He thought it was high, and he thought it was outside. And it's the 4th strikeout in a row for Avenue. He's got 7 in the game now, and down in order in the 4th. The Dodgers get no runs, no hits, no errors, and none left. And we go to the bottom of the 4th with the score still. The Challengers 1 and the Dodgers nothing. This is Oregon Legion Baseball State Tournament action on 541radio.com, presented by the Cow Creek Tribe.
I'm a nurse.
A firefighter.
A college student.
A mother.
And I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready.
For every storm.
And disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors.
My family.
And my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Hundreds of years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on Southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Leading off the bottom of the fourth inning is Dylan Irwin, and the first pitch to him hits him in the side, and Irwin will go to first base, hit by pitch. That's the second batter that Jack Muth has had. And the leadoff man on again for the Challengers for the second inning in a row. It's from a hit batter. They've had the leadoff man on every inning. Here is Cooper Mullins, left-handed hitter. Pitch to Mullins, high and away for ball one. Mullins will be followed by Jack Riley, the left fielder. Bottom of the fourth inning, halfway through this one, 7-inning scheduled game. 1-0 Challengers lead. The pitch is high and away. Again, ball two. Irwin at first base, hit by a pitch on the first pitch of this fourth inning. Muth looks at first base and throws, and just a little bit inside for a ball, and it's 3-0. Brandon Reed held it there for the umpire to look at for a little while, and then decided, I better not push my luck. Here's the 3-0 pitch. That's ball four. Down to second base goes Irwin. Down to first is Mullins. And a hit batter and a walk, and that's got the makings of bad news for the Dodgers. And that brings up Jack Riley, the left fielder. Had a sacrifice bunt in the second inning, so not been at bat officially yet. Went 0 for 3 yesterday in the play-in game.
Batter number 14, Jack Riley.
Infield pulled way around to the right, looking for a possible sacrifice bunt. Even to the bag at third is Lau, and the bunt, first base side, it'll be dropped by the first baseman, and the throw will not be able to make it. First baseman Will Hassoun came in, and he was there. He had it played just right, but it went off the heel of his glove and bounced away, and it will be a sacrifice, but also an E3 to allow Riley on. And the bases are loaded with nobody out. And here's Callan Vreem. But first, we have a visit to the mound by the coach, who wants to come out and talk to his pitcher. And now he's sending somebody down to the bullpen to start warming up. And it looks like number 20, which would be Broderick Stanaway from Sprague High School. So he'll head down there and start loosening up, just in case Jack Muth has a little more trouble out there. Muth is up to the start of the inning at 30 pitches.
The next batter for the Challengers, designated hitter, Callan Vreem.
And Callan Vreem steps in now with the bases loaded in front of him. Nobody out. Infield in at the corners, back in the middle looking for a double play, and the first pitch over at the knees for strike one. Vreem grounded to third in his first try against Jack Muth. Muth wind up, and the pitch. Pop towards center field, and the center fielder makes the catch. The throw in will not be in time. The run scores, and everybody else moves up. A sacrifice fly for Vreem to center field. And it makes it 2-0. The Challengers lead it. One away, and still runners at second and third. Dylan Irwin scores from third base after tagging up, and that brings up Jeff Squires, the center fielder. Runners at second and third with one away. And Squires comes in with infield drawn in all the way around and swings and misses for strike one. High fastball, couldn't catch up with it. These two teams played just a week ago in a doubleheader at Eugene, and Eugene won both games. Here's the fastball, popped up toward the infield. The shortstop Stinnett going, I don't think he sees it, and it's going to drop, but the runner comes in to score. That's not an infield fly because there was no runner at first base, so they'll have a runner at first and second, and the run comes in, and it's going to be a sunball, an infield hit. Well, I think that's what they'll call it because the shortstop went back for it, and he couldn't find it anywhere. It'll be an RBI for Squires. And it's now 3-0. And the first pitch to the top of the order, Jax Frazier, is a strike call. 0-1. So Cooper Mullins scored on that play. There go the runners, and the pitch is fouled off the foot of Brandon Reed, and he goes down in a heap at home plate. I think it came right down into either his ankle or his foot. And it looks like it hurts. Coverage of the Oregon Legion Baseball State Tournament for AAA teams is presented by the Cow Creek Tribe of the Umpqua Indians. Frazier is up and walking around. Looks like he's going to be okay, so he'll stay in there, and maybe just one of those situations where it stung a lot and it'll probably hurt tomorrow, but he is in the state tournament and he wants to play. We're in the bottom of the fourth inning. The Challengers have scored twice, and they have Jack Riley at second and Jeff Squires at first. Squires on that pop fly that went towards shortstop. Brandon Stinnett went back into the outfield green for it, and it landed just about where he had started from. He just had no idea where that was when it went up into that high sun. And Squires got himself a pop fly single and an RBI. Here's the pitch. A big swing and a foul for strike two. So Jack Muth ahead on the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Muth, the right-hander out of Sprague High School. Here comes the pitch. Bounce to third. Big hop comes up. They'll go to second. Got one. Back to first and a double play. Boy, nicely turned by the third baseman, Eli Lau, and the second baseman, Chris Rogers, who quickly got it to first. And it's a 5-4-3 double play to retire the side. And Jack Muth could have had a lot more damage if they had not turned that double play. But that retires the side in the fourth inning for the Challengers. They come up with a couple of runs on just the one base hit. And no errors, and they leave one runner on base and score after 4 complete innings of play, and this one's scheduled for 7. It's 3-0 Challengers from Eugene over the Dodgers from Salem. And this is the Oregon Legion Baseball Tournament on 541radio.com, presented by the Cow Creek Tribe.
Of years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua Tribe lived on southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua Tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Swimming season is finally here. But remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
We go to the top of the 5th inning, and to lead it off for the Salem Withnell Dodgers, it's the bottom third of the order, Will Hassoun, the first baseman, who takes a swing at the first pitch and misses for strike one. He'll be followed by Taylor Minnie. That pitch is low and inside for a ball, and that'll even it up at 1-1 to him. 1 ball, 1 strike. That's fouled over the right side and out of play, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. There was 1 error on Salem in the top of the 4th inning, and that was on the first baseman on that bunt attempt that was a sacrifice, but still the error allowed the runner to get on base. Here's a ground ball to short, picked up by Mullins, and the throw to first on the money for out number 1. 6-3 on Hassoun, 1 away with nobody on base, and Tyler Minnie will be the batter. Minnie struck out his first time at the plate. He'll bat from the right side. Minnie looking for his first hit of the game. Takes the first pitch a little bit outside, maybe a little low for ball 1. Isaac Avenue has pitched superbly. No runs on 2 hits. That's fouled off over the screen and out of play for strike 1. Evens it up at 1-1. Avenue trying to work quickly in the windup, and here comes the pitch. Breaking pitch on the inside corner. Good breaking pitch, strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Number 9 hitter due up next, Taylor Brenneman. That's in the turf and outside for a ball, 2-2. Salem got both hits in the 2nd inning, got runners at 2nd and 3rd, but couldn't get them across the plate, and still a goose egg on the board. Breaking pitch way outside, and they'll have to throw to first base to get the out, and just barely get him at first base. And Tyler Minnie thought he had it beat out. It looked like Dane Woodcook started to throw to first base and thought, oh, the runner's in the way, so he had to slide to the inside, and by the time he got it there, it was close. But it'll be a strikeout and 2-3 for the putout, 2 away. That's his 8th strikeout for Isaac Avenue. And it's Tyler Brenneman, the right fielder, number 9 hitter. And the first pitch to him is a little bit low for a ball. Again, the catcher, Woodcook, holds it there for the umpire to take a nice long look at it. The pitch popped up on the right side. The right fielder, Sandow, coming in for it right on the line, and just a step into foul territory makes the catch for the out, for out number 3. So the fly ball to right field ends the top of the 5th inning, and it's a quick inning for the Salem Withnell Dodgers. No runs, no hits, no errors, and none left. And we go to the bottom of the 5th. With the score, the Challengers 3, the Salem Withnell Dodgers nothing. And this is the Oregon Legion Baseball State Tournament on 541radio.com, presented by the Cow Creek Tribe.
Josh Nelson from Off the Wall on the Score. When I'm not in the Score Sports Closet, I own and operate BTV Moving here in Roseburg. We are a labor-only company offering services such as packing, unpacking, loading, unloading, piano moving, cleaning services, and 24-hour emergency services. We pride ourselves on being an affordable, veteran-owned company. Contact us at 541-315-0122 for all your moving needs. That's BTV Moving, 541-315-0122.
Eugene Challengers come up in the bottom of the 5th inning, and leading off, it's the number 2 hitter in their lineup, Caden Sandow, who takes the first pitch high and outside for ball 1 from Jack Muth, who has not pitched badly. He's struck out 1, walked 1, and hit 2 batters, and given up just 4 hits. That's on the outside corner, a good fastball for strike 1. It evens the count up to Sandow at 1-1. Sandow with 2 flies to right field, but one was a sacrifice fly and got the only run for a long time. A swing and a miss for strike 2. Here's the full count pitch, called strike 3, struck him out. Sandow didn't like that call, but that's the second strikeout for Muth. And for the first time today, the Challengers don't have the leadoff batter on base. Dane Woodcook, the catcher, will be the batter. Woodcook with a ground out to third and a fly to right field. The first pitch to him is high, ducks under it, and it's ball 1. Woodcook hitting third in the order. Dylan Carson, the cleanup hitter, on up next. Muth stares in for the sign, and Woodcook calls time and steps away. Beautiful turf field here at Champion Car Wash Field. There's a foul off the fist and toward the first base dugout for strike 1. Woodcook 1 for 3 yesterday and was hit by a pitch. The 1-1 pitch on the way, and it's high and over his head and all the way back to the screen in the air. But it was a breaking pitch. That one got away from him. 2-1 to Woodcook. Muth winds and fires, and that one another high one right at his head. Had a little more steam on that one. And Woodcook gave him the little glare. 3-1 count. 1 out, nobody on. Bottom of the 5th inning, and the pitch is swing and a foul tip out of the glove of the catcher Reed and back to the screen, and it's a full count to Woodcook, 3-2. So each of the first 2 batters, Muth has gone full count. So this is the 12th pitch right here, and it's popped up in the infield. The shortstop, Stinnett, going back for it, looking up in that sun, and he makes the catch. Boy, that is a tough play looking up at that sun right now. But he makes the play on it, and there are 2 gone in the inning. Woodcook out on the pop out to shortstop, and Dylan Carson, the first baseman, will step up. Carson had a single in the first, grounded to third in the third. And will hit from the right side. Here's the first pitch from Muth. Tried to hold up, and they appeal at first base, and the umpire there says, nope, didn't go for it, and it's ball 1. One ball pitch. Jack Muth winds and fires, and that's fouled back to the screen and on to the top of the dugout and then into the bleachers and down the walkway and back toward the concession stand. That one took the long route. Even up at 1-1. 2 away, nobody on base. Bounces one back to the screen for ball 2. This broadcast sponsored in part by Current Orthodontics. A healthy, attractive smile means confidence inside and out. Call Dr. Peterson at 672-5721. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Woodcook takes it a little bit high for a ball, 3-1. And again, Brandon Reed holds it there for the umpire to look at. We're in the Bottom of the 5th inning. Challengers lead 3-0. A swing and a miss for strike 3-2. And so all three batters have gone full count. 3-2. Muth trying to get out of it in order this time, and a bouncing ball to shortstop, and by the shortstop into left field for a base hit. And so a 2-out single by Dylan Carson on the 6th pitch that he saw.
Number 10, Dylan Irwin.
A diving try by Brandon Stinnett at shortstop, but he couldn't quite get a glove on it. It brings up Dylan Irvin, the second baseman. Irvin flied to left and was hit by a pitch and scored a run in the 4th inning. Right-handed hitter. Carson off at first. Here's the pitch to the plate. A breaking pitch just misses outside. And again, Reed holds that glove out there, hoping to get the call, but doesn't get it. It's 1-0 to Irwin. Muth fires a swing and a miss for a strike. 1-1. Well, Jack Muth was just a pitch away from getting out of the inning with a 1-2-3. The pitch is a breaking pitch over for a strike, and it's 1-2 on the batter, Dylan Irwin. He had 2 walks yesterday and was hit by a pitch in this game, so he's been on 3 times in these 2 games without hitting the ball. Swings and misses for strike 3. And Irwin goes down on strikes. That's the 3rd strikeout for Jack Muth. And the Challengers retired in the 5th inning with no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. Make that 1 error and 1 left on. And our scores, we go to the top of the 6th inning. It's the Challengers 3 and the Dodgers nothing. This is the Oregon Legion Baseball State Tournament on 541radio.com, presented by the Cow Creek Tribe.
Of years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
At Current Orthodontics, we stand out because of the smiles and the excitement that we create. A beautiful smile can really make a huge impact in someone's life. Our main goal is we also want you to be able to walk down the street and have your neighbors say, "Hey, where did you get that great smile?" And for you to be able to say, "At Current Orthodontics."
We go to the top of the 6th inning, and leading off for the Salem Dodgers, it'll be the top of the batting order. Brandon Stinnett, Carson Van Kempen, and Chris Rogers. And Stinnett will step in from the left side of the plate, and the right-hander Isaac Avenue has pitched beauty of a game. And the first pitch is over on the outside corner at the knees for strike 1, 0-1. That's just the 58th pitch thrown by Avenue. That's on the, I was going to say, on the inside part of the plate, but apparently not. It's ball 1. Outfield just a bit to the right, play him to pull the ball, except in left field. Bouncing ball to the right side, though. A big hop comes up for Dylan Irwin. The throw to first is in time for the out. And 1 away. Stinnett out 4-3 for the first out of the top of the 6th inning. With the Challengers in control, leading at 3-0. 3 runs, 5 hits, and 1 error. The Dodgers, no runs, 2 hits, and 2 errors. And Carson Van Kempen steps in from the right side. He's 0 for 2, and he takes the first pitch on the corner for a strike. It's 0-1. Van Kempen, a strikeout in the first and a ground out to third in the third. Swings at a breaking pitch and misses it for strike 2. Way out in front of that slow curveball. So he's behind on the count, 0-2. And the Dodgers looking for something to get started. And there's a swing and a miss for strike 3. Avenue gets his 9th strikeout of the game. And they're 2 up and 2 down in the 6th inning, and that'll bring up Chris Rogers. Rogers batting right-handed. Been on once, but that was on an error. First pitch to him, breaking pitches down low for a ball, 1-0. Isaac Avenue in the motion and fires low and outside for a ball, 2-0. And a visit to the mound by the Challengers coach to talk to his pitcher Isaac Avenue, find out if he might be tiring a little bit, but he's pretty good with pitches right now. Looks like he was 57 to start this inning, and he got the first 2 batters on 6 pitches, and now he walks Chris Rogers. So he would be up to 67 pitches right now, so still in pretty good shape. Brandon Reed steps in. Reed flied to center field and called out on strikes. So he's 0 for 2, batting from the left side, but that 320 down the right field line is well within his reach. Here's the pitch to him, and he hits a shot up the middle into center field for a base hit. The center fielder Squires will field and fire into the cutoff man, and the Dodgers have runners at first and second with 2 away. So the first pitch that Avenue throws to Reed, Reed gets the base hit. And only the 3rd hit of the game off of Avenue brings up Eli Lau, the 3rd baseman. Tying run at the plate. We're in the top of the 6th inning and time running out for the Dodgers. Avenue checks at second, throws to the plate and a breaking pitch. And the umpire at first base on the appeal says he went around on it. It's strike 1. Oh and 1 to Lau. Lau batting with runners at first and second, but 2 away. And a throw to first made it a close play over there, but Brandon Reed dives back just ahead of the throw. Lau trying to keep it going for the Dodgers, who haven't been able to cross the plate yet. They've had a couple of chances. Here's the pitch to him. Swings and misses way out in front of a slow curve again. Strike 2. 0-2, and now Avenue a strike away from getting out of this one with no damage. Rylan Webster, the DH, on deck. Avenue looks down at second, comes to the plate, and a breaking pitch just outside for a ball. That's a good 2-strike pitch, and Lau wasn't quite sure if he'd done the right thing or not when he let that one go by. 1-2. Shortstop Mullins holding the runner on at second base, now moves away, and there's a swing and a miss for strike 3. And the 10th strikeout for Avenue retires the side in the 6th inning, and it's no runs on no hits, no errors, and a runner make that 1 hit and no errors, and 2 runners left on base. And we go to the bottom of the 6th inning with the score still the Challengers 3 and the Dodgers nothing. This is the Oregon Legion Baseball State Tournament on 541radio.com, presented by the Cow Creek Tribe.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Hundreds of years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on Southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua Tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
First batter for the Challengers to lead off, the bottom of the sixth.
Bottom of the sixth inning, and leading off for the Eugene Overhead Door Challengers, it will be Cooper Mullins, the shortstop, to start it. And Jack Muth, who's gone all the way for Salem Withnell Dodgers, throws the first pitch, swung out and missed for strike one. Mullins was 3 for 4 yesterday, 1 for 1 today, and so in the two games, 4 for 5, and he's walked and scored in this game. Fouls one over the third base stands and out of play. And so Muth quickly ahead on the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Bottom of the sixth inning. And the Dodgers down to their final 3 outs when we go to the seventh. That pitch misses outside for a ball, 1-2 on Mullins. 6, 7, and 8 in the batting order for the Challengers. They lead by 3-0. Here's the pitch. Low and inside for a ball, 2-2. Right-hander Jack Muth has given up just 5 hits and 3 runs, but he's behind by 3. That's fouled off. Just got a piece of that one back to the screen. The count stays at 2-2. Mullins leading off the inning, pops it down the third baseline. The left fielder playing in close comes in hard for it, and he'll make the catch just outside the infield markings. He almost came all the way to the infield to make that catch, and it'll be a fly ball to left field for Mullins. So 1 away for the Challengers in the bottom of the sixth, and Jack Riley, the left fielder, will be the batter. He's had 2 sacrifices, once in the second inning and once in the fourth inning, and in the fourth inning the ball was thrown away and he was safe at first base, and the Challengers ended up getting a couple of runs out of that. That first pitch to Riley is fouled off down the third baseline for strike one. The Challengers getting some warm-up activity going in their bullpen. Here's the 1-strike pitch, high and tight for a ball, 1-1. Callan Vreem, the DH, on deck, and then Jeff Squires, if we get that far, the center fielder. That's foul down into the bullpen area, right at the guy that's warming up. In fact, he makes a 1-bounce catch on it. Counts a ball and 2 strikes on Riley, batting with 1 out and nobody on. Outfield pretty deep in center. Carson Van Kempen way back there. Here's the pitch. Hit to center field, and Van Kempen moving in for it, and he won't get there. He was playing so deep, that looked like pretty much a routine fly ball, but he couldn't get back there in time. And Riley gets a bloop single to center field for his first hit of the game. And the Challengers have a 1-out single by Riley, and that brings up Callan Vreem, the DH. And another visit to the mound, and we have a pitching change coming up here. And Jack Muth will get a nice round of applause from the crowd here as he leaves the ball game. He has given up 3 runs on 6 hits and has pitched very well. He struck out 3, walked just 1, and hit 2 batters. So we can take a break here with timeout on the field for a pitching change. 3-0 in the bottom of the 6th inning. The Eugene Challengers lead it and trying to add to that in this game scheduled for 7 innings. So we'll find out who the new pitcher is when we come back. It's the Challengers 3 and the Dodgers 0. And this is the Oregon Legion Baseball State Tournament on 541radio.com, presented by the Cow Creek Tribe.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Hundreds of years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua Tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
The next batter for the Challengers, number 20, designated hitter, Kellen.
We are back here at Champion Car Wash Field at Bill Gray Stadium in Roseburg, and Grant Strother, the new pitcher, and he faces Kellen Vreem, and the first pitch is in the turf for a ball. Runner at first base for the Challengers with 1 out, and it's a 1-0 count to Vreem, who has not had very many official at-bats in these 2 games. In this game, he has a sacrifice fly and a ground out, so he's 0 for 1. But yesterday he had a strikeout, hit by pitch. Here's a diving stop at third by Lau. Throw to first base. Great play by Eli Lau to get the out at first. And he gets a nice hand from all the folks here who saw that great play at third. Diving stop, got up and fired a strike to first base, and Kellen Vreem is out 5-3 for the second out of the inning. Jack Riley moves to second, and Jeff Squires will be the batter. And what was that signal? Did we have a runner? It's Taylor Langworthy who's batting for Jeff Squires. So Langworthy takes the pitch outside and low for a ball, and it'll even the count up to him at 1-1. Taylor batting from the right side of the plate, hitting the number 9 spot in the batting order. Langworthy steps out and then steps right back in. There's a stretch by Strother, and it's fouled over the first base stands and out of play. Count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Jack Riley at second base, now with 2 outs. Challengers already leading 3-0. Bottom of the 6th inning, scheduled for 7. Here's the stretch by Strother, and the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3, and that'll retire the Challengers in the bottom of the 6th inning. And they get no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on. And we go to the top of the 7th, and the last chance for the Salem Withnell Dodgers. They trail 3-0. And this is the Oregon Legion Baseball State Tournament on 541radio.com, presented by the Cow Creek Tribe.
Of years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua Tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Swimming season is finally here. But remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
First batter for the Withnell Dodgers to lead off the top of the 7th inning, number 24, Ryland Webster.
We're back at Champion Car Wash Field in Roseburg, and we go to the top of the 7th and the last chance for the Salem Withnell Dodgers in this first round game of the state AAA American Legion Baseball Tournament. And the first pitch from Isaac Avenue, and the first one is right down the middle, a good breaking pitch for strike one. Jack Riley has gone to center field for the challengers. Fastball comes inside for a ball, and that'll even the count up at 1-1 to Ryland Webster, who has a single and a strikeout. 1 for 2 against Avenue. Avenue throws and a breaking pitch a little inside. He ducked out of the way of it, but that came pretty close to catching the corner. But it's a ball and it's 2-1. Avenue throws and the ball is lined over the shortstop into left field for a base hit. So Ryland Webster gets the Dodgers a start here in the top of the 7th inning. The leadoff man on. And that's the first time they've had the leadoff man on since the 2nd inning. And Will Hassoun, the first baseman, is the batter. And we'll have a pinch runner at first base, and coming in is Cole Wieland.
Pinch running over at first base, number 18, Cole
from South Salem High School.
The next batter, number 7, Will Hassoun.
Hassoun steps in from the right side of the plate with the Dodgers needing 3 runs to tie to keep it going. The first pitch to him is over at the belt, strike one. Hassoun with a sacrifice in the 2nd inning and a ground out to short in the 5th. Avenue steps off quickly and takes a look over at first, and that chases the runner back. Now he's ready from the stretch and delivers high and inside for a ball, 1-1. Wieland in to run at first base. Here's the pitch. Fastball's high for a ball. 2-1. And this pitch is a little bit outside for a ball, and it goes to 3-1. 3 balls and a strike to Hassoun. Boy, if there's one thing Avenue does not want to do, it's to walk somebody. And here comes the coach out to the mound, and we're going to have a pitching change right now. They're not going to go any further here with just a 3-run lead and a runner on at first and a 3-0 count, a 3-1 count on the hitter, Will Hassoun. So Isaac Avenue is going to take leave, and he's pitched brilliantly today, but they don't want to take a chance on losing this lead in a hurry here. So we've got a new pitcher in the game, and so we'll take a break here with the Challengers leading 3-0 in the top of the 7th inning and a runner on and a new pitcher in the game. 3-0 Challengers over the Dodgers, and this is Oregon Legion Baseball State Tournament action on 541radio.com, presented by the Cow Creek Tribe.
Josh Nelson from Off the Wall on the Score. When I'm not in the Score Sports Closet, I own and operate BTV Moving here in Roseburg. We are a labor-only company offering services such as packing, unpacking, loading, unloading, piano moving, cleaning services, and 24-hour emergency services. We pride ourselves on being an affordable, veteran-owned company. Contact us at 541-315-0122 for all your moving needs. That's BTV Moving, 541-315-0122.
Back here at Legion Field, the new pitcher, Jarrett Allen, for the Challengers. Steps onto the hill to try to save this game for Isaac Avenue. And the first pitch is popped foul over the first base side and out of play. And that will make the count full to Will Hassoun at 3-2. So Allen comes in and inherits a 3-1 count on the batter, and throws that first one in there, and he fouls it off. Now looking for a ground ball double play, and the pitch is swung out and missed for strike 3. That is the first strikeout for Allen, but the 11th for Challenger pitching.
The next batter, number 3, Tyler Minnie.
Allen is a big, strong-looking right-hander from Willamette High School. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss for a strike to Tyler McKinney. One away, and now the double play could end this. That's what the infield is looking for right now. One strike pitch. Allen fires, breaking pitch on the inside corner, strike 2. And Tyler Minnie finds himself way behind on the count. No balls and 2 strikes, and he has struck out twice already today. And a breaking pitch tried to hold up, and apparently he did, just inside for a ball. 1-2. And he would just love to just hit a fair ball at this point after 2 strikeouts in a row, but he doesn't. He swings and misses for strike 3. So Allen comes in and strikes out the first 2 hitters he faces. And there are 2 gone, and the Dodgers are down to their final out. And bass contest, and they'll be playing tomorrow morning against Springfield in the early game. And meanwhile, Eugene moves on to the championship round and will play against Roseburg tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, if I have my brackets correct here. So things happen in Legion Ball, and sometimes things get changed around, but that's the way it reads at the moment anyway. So the totals in the 7th inning for Salem Withnell Dodgers: no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on. And our final score, the Challengers 3 and the Dodgers nothing. And we'll be back to wrap it up for you here. This is the Oregon Legion Baseball State Tournament on 541radio.com, presented by the Cow Creek Tribe.
Of years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua Tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
At Current Orthodontics, we stand out because of the smiles and the excitement that we create. A beautiful smile can really make a huge impact in someone's life. Our main goal is we also want you to be able to walk down the street and have your neighbors say, "Hey, where did you get that great smile?" and for you to be able to say at Current Orthodontics.
Back here at Champion Car Wash Field, I'm Dan Bain with the AAA American Legion Baseball streaming on the 541radio.com website. And it's nice to have you with us this afternoon. I hope you enjoyed today's game. It was a pretty quick one, about an hour and 40 minutes. And some pretty good pitching out there by Isaac Avenue. He went 6 innings and gave up no runs on 4 hits, struck out 10 and walked 1, and then Jarrett Allen came on and saved it for him by getting the final outs. And so Allen goes 1 inning. He struck out 2, walked none, and gave up no hits and finished it like a closer should, just shut him right down. And so the challengers go to 42 wins and 11 losses for the year. The Salem Withnell Dodgers dropped to 17 and 17 for the season. And the Dodgers go into the losers bracket tomorrow morning. And the way I have this figured out, they'll play in that 10 o'clock in the morning game against Springfield. And Eugene will play in the 7 o'clock game tomorrow night against Roseburg in the winners bracket. So it's double elimination, so you're not out of this, obviously, until you lose 2. But it really makes it tough when you lose that first one. That's a big one to get by that first game. So the Dodgers, no question about it, are in a tough spot. But everybody's got to lose 2 before they're done. So the scoring in this one, the challengers got a run in the first inning, a leadoff triple by Jax Frazier, and he scored 3 pitches later on a sacrifice fly by Caden Sandow. And the challengers led 3-0 until the 4th inning when they got 2 more on just 1 hit. Dylan Irwin was hit by a pitch, and then Cooper Mullins walked. And then a sacrifice bunt was messed up. And Jack Riley, who bunted the ball, was safe, and that loaded the bases with nobody out. Then a sacrifice fly by Callan Vreem brought in the first run of the inning, and then a single by Jeff Squires brought in the second run, and that was all the scoring in the game. So the bottom of the 4th, the challengers got 2 runs on just 1 hit, and that turned out to be plenty for Isaac Avenue, who threw 6 scoreless innings, came out in the 7th after he gave up a single to the leadoff batter, and then Jarrett Allen came in and struck out 2 and got a ground out for the final out to end the game. So the winning pitcher is Isaac Avenue, the save to Jarrett Allen. The loser will be Jack Muth, who pitched pretty well. He only gave up 3 runs. Actually, his totals in 5 1/3 innings, 3 runs on 6 hits, 3 strikeouts, 1 walk, and he hit 2 batters, and all 3 runs were earned. So we'll take, I guess we can take one more break, or can we just wrap it up now? All right, well, let me just run down the games that are going on tonight then, real quickly. The game played earlier today, Roseburg beat Springfield 7-2, so Doc Stewart's advanced to the championship round tomorrow night, the winners bracket, and will take on Eugene at 7 o'clock. Eugene advances with the 3-0 win over Salem, so Salem will go into the loser bracket tomorrow morning, and that'll be against Springfield starting at 10 o'clock in the morning. At 4 o'clock today, the next game coming up, Sherwood and Hillsboro Barbers, and that game will be streamed here on 541radio.com, as all the games will be in this tournament. So wherever you are, you can pick it up wherever you have internet. And at 7 o'clock tonight, Beaverton will go against the 6-time defending state champion Medford. So that's what we've got coming up, and 4 more games tomorrow, and that will eliminate 4 of the teams. Then we'll be down to 4 as we head on into Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So that will wrap it up for now. That's all from Bill Gray Stadium and One Champion Field here in Roseburg. And again, our final score of this one, the Eugene Challengers 3 and the Salem Withnell Dodgers nothing. So for Eugene fans, they'll be playing Roseburg tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. And the Dodgers will be playing Springfield tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. Joey Kieran will be back here in just a short time with the 3rd game of the day in this first round action of the Oregon State American Legion AAA Baseball Tournament, matching the Sherwood Lobos and the Hillsboro Barbers, scheduled for 4 o'clock, streaming the video and audio on the 541 Radio website. Kenny Sherman will have the final game of the day coming up at 7 tonight with the Beaverton Sockeyes and the defending state champs, the Medford Mustangs, here at Bill Gray Stadium and Champion Car Wash Field. BTB Moving is providing labor services for your moving needs in Douglas County and around Oregon. Veteran-owned, affordable, dependable, efficient, and careful. With senior and veteran discounts available, book now at 541-315-0122 or find them on Facebook at BTB Moving. And we thank you to all the sponsors that are helping bring us the streaming of the audio and video online for this entire tournament here at Roseburg this year, the state AAA baseball tournament. And the winner of this one goes on to the regionals in Gillette, Wyoming next week. All right, so I guess that'll do it for this afternoon. Thank you for tuning in for this presentation of American Legion Baseball on 541radio.com. Coverage of the Oregon State Tournament presented by the Cow Creek Tribe with sponsorship from Current Orthodontics. Our coverage continues with Sherwood and Hillsboro coming up at 4 o'clock. Remember to check 541radio.com for updates on the tournament bracket. I'm Dan Bain from Champion Car Wash Field in Roseburg. Good afternoon, everybody.